Oh boy! I found Satan. Ah, well, good evening, laddies, lasses, and lasses, and welcome to the click. You smell like an absolute little rascal today, and don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. And that is why today we're looking at r/FoundSatan. Do you wish that you could maximize your rascalities? Well, then this video is all for you. FoundSatan is all about those little pranks, those little revenge stories, so just sit back, relax, feel your buttocks grow, and let yourself be inspired. Enjoy. Need this crying emoji. Oh, it's a little water lighter. That is so good. This is how you get your friend to stop smoking. Oh my god, this is... Oh yes! This is like a favor in disguise. And you know it messes up the cigarettes as well. Cigarettes smells like burnt asshole. It's not good. Don't smoke, kids. Do cocaine instead. Okay, no, don't... Next post. Hey there, I heard you like tattoos, and also things that are like even and symmetrical and satisfying. That's why I present to you the 89-degree tattoo! Now you can immortalize the suffering on your skin. Oh, it's the Satan boyfriend comic, Family Dinner. So what do you do for a living? I collect the souls of sinners and condemn them to hell. Haha, so you're a lawyer? Yes. Yes, all lawyers have horns. That's a bit of the attire, so to say. Shark! I really wish you didn't name him that. What are they gonna do? I can't call for my own dog? Silly people, I named my dog. Nay, I got a dog just to make people suffer. True love. Squint your eyes, 80%. Why specifically 80%? That seems odd. Okay, that's about 80% right there. Frick you! Well, at least it doesn't say frick the colorblind. At least I'm not being discriminated against today, like on my own subreddit. Disgusting. I am 6 months pregnant. Me after ordering my coffee. Stranger at Starbucks. You know you should be drinking decaf when you're pregnant. Me? I'm, not pregnant. Stranger, horrified. I'm so sorry. And that's what you get for giving unsolicited advice. It's so funny to me, because assuming or not assuming that people are pregnant is like the most stereotypical social landmine at this point. Why would you even attempt to step on it? Oh my god, you're just playing like, what's it called? Hoppa hage. When you have like the little fucking squares in the street and you're like, hippie-doppie, bip-bip-bip. You know that? But it's with fucking landmines. And you inevitably explode. Why would you do this? Why? Every year, our aunt in Maine sends us little handmade chocolate lobsters. This year, they are soap. Guess how I found out? Yum. You gotta respect someone who plays the long game. You've been giving someone tasty gifts for like 10 years just to force them to eat soap. 1 year. That is a level of like committed petty that I can respect. Redoing the deck. So I went to Party City and purchased a skeleton. Now in 20 years, when the new homeowner needs to redo the deck. I've seen versions of this. Also when it's like stuck behind the cupboards or something like that. Like, oh, when they redo this house in 30 years, they're gonna have a little bit of a heart attack. I wish people did this more often. Like fun Easter eggs for the next homeowners. That'd be so great. You could have little treasure hunts and be like, oh, where did they hide the fake skeletons? Oh, it wasn't the fake skeleton. Oh. I drive a truck. Today, a red car decided to cut me off in a very long, slow traffic jam. We proceeded to make his life hell for the next hour and a half. You just boxed him in? Yeah, I guess he regrets his life choices. He can sit there and stew for an hour and a half and be like, you should not have road rage. This is your instant karma telling you to do better. I am 6'3". At parties, I used to tell girls I was 6'1". They would look at their boyfriends all puzzled. What the f***, Trevor? You said you were 6 foot tall, but he's way taller than you? You know what this story tells me? It tells me that all the people are obsessed with like 6 feet or whatever don't actually know what height is. They have no idea. Oh, the little puppy is at the vet. They took a dachshund to the vet believing it was blind. But it was just ignoring everyone by choice. And then you know the vet bill is gonna be a nightmare as well. Puppy, why did you do this? Do you want to bankrupt me? I just ate dog food. It's human grade, which means you and your dog can share a tasty, nutrient-dense treat together. Order yours today. Why would you... Why? I set up a fake dog food company last month, bought Purina at the pet store, and paid Laura Loomer $100 for this post. Funny, but the guy was joking. Positive is a legitimate dog food company, and this guy is not affiliated with— Shh, don't ruin the fun. I mean, sure, but also, why would you do this? You know, with flavors and stuff are kind of subjective. Like, my fat, diabetic cat has, like, wet food and stuff that he likes, but it's, you know, a wet, cold mash in a can that's made from, like, tuna, and it smells like fucking ass, and he loves that shit. I have never been intrigued of sharing a treat with my damn cat. That's a nice cake. That's a nice... But okay, why would you even do this? Like, they're gonna find out one way or another when they try to take a bite, you know? You're just hiding the first impression, but it's doomed to fail. It dawned on me today that when my son wants to talk about Pokemon, he doesn't really want to talk about Pokemon. What he wants is to share his excitement and knowledge. What he wants to do is bond with his dad. What he wants is quality time together. Still, it's a hard no. Fucking nerd. What kind of thick bastard gives the child an onion covered in chocolate as a Halloween treat? That is so that's amazing. I think we have all forgotten the roots of the tradition. It's not give me a treat, it's trick or treat. You might get a trick, you might get a treat. No, I think you have it confused. Isn't it the other way around? That, you know, give me a treat or I'll play a trick on you, like egging your house. You know, that I think you have it backwards. That's the nature of the holiday. Advise your children accordingly. I mean, it beats those rumors where people are like, oh my god, they're putting drugs or HRT in the candy. They're putting onions in the candy. No one is putting their precious drugs in your kids' candy, okay? Onions are really cheap. When I was 15, I had a huge crush on the prettiest girl in my class. Then we went to school camp together, and she was all flirty and stuff. Tension was high. We were hanging out at each other's room, and she often sat on my lap. Ooh, little tingles. One evening, when most people were sleeping or hanging out in another room, she took me by the hand, as seductively as possible, and pulled me into the bathroom. Shite was about to happen. Then she pulled out a spoon and said, "You're dead." Silly me forgot about the camp game we had going, where you pick cards with a location, a name, and an object with which you have to kill that person at the picked location. Bro thought he was gonna get bathroom married at 15. Instead, he got murdered by a spoon. The worst she could say is no, right? Right? My boyfriend is extremely against weed, but apparently not against cheating, so guess who's getting pot brownies right before their drug test for work next week? She went from 0 to 100 real quick. I always wonder if posts like these are real, or if they're completely made up, or if it was real one time, and then people are just reposting it as their own one, but every time beyond that point it's fake. That's actually a pretty good theory. I think there's a lot of fake stories on the internet that are based on a true story, but they have just kind of stolen the context for their own updo farming. Download ROM. Command window opens up. Several lines of code are inputted at faster than light speeds. Several error messages appear. Screen flickers. PC locks up and ransomware screens appears. Screen flickers and everything goes back to normal. Custom error message appears. Just kidding. Game launches and runs normally. I mean, it's a pretty good, like, low-key traumatizing way to teach kids about, like, internet safety or whatever. 'Cause goddamn. Lol, I got one of these as a kid. It hijacked the mouse and pretended to delete Windows and showed a big skull and crossbones. Scared the shit out of me. But it was a good lesson in file safety. Oh, dude, I think I remember that one. Was it mid-90s, 2000s? It was a prank file, right? I remember sending that to people to freak them out. Oh, that sounds like one of those early 2000s thing that someone has coded and it goes, like, viral in the way things went viral back then. Oh, that's kind of beautiful. Oh, he's trying to chase the bone. Oh, he's a little bit too slow. No, wait a second. It's tied to himself. Oh, that is so good. Oh my god, that is amazing. I mean, it's kind of evil, but it's amazing. It just keeps going. His brain doesn't figure it out. He doesn't understand. when you're too lazy to walk your dog, you just do this. I wonder if aliens ever came to Earth and they're like super intelligent or whatever. I wonder what the equivalent of this is that they would do to us. You know, when they're watching us and be like, oh, it's a puppy chasing its tail. What's the equivalent for humans with like a super intelligence? Let me know in the comments. I would be intrigued to know about your philosophical conundrums. Paint drying. Paint Drying is a 2016 British feature film about paint on a wall drying, lasting for 10 hours and 7 minutes. The film was created by Charlie Lynn in order to force the British Board of Film Classification, BBFC, to watch all 10 hours to give the film an age rating classification. Bruh, I can relate to this. I have been so tempted a few times to do the same thing with like YouTube's review system, but I also know they would just use a bot to review the 10 hours in 30 seconds anyway. Like, I legitimately had a video demonetized a while ago because the brand of a perfume is like the same word as a substance. Okay, I don't even want to say it out loud in case the bots go bananas again. And I had to appeal this multiple times until an actual reviewer looked at it and be like, oh yeah, there are no substances in this video. It's a perfume. Like, the whole clip I was reacting to was about the misunderstanding of the name itself. And they're still like, oh my god, we can't understand that, it's a confusion. The whole joke was that it was a mix-up. And they're next post. A girl messaged me saying that I post too much and that I'm ugly. Did a little digging and found out she works at a spa an hour away. I made an appointment and asked for her specifically. Needless to say, she will be waxing and bleaching my butt tomorrow. I mean, that's sort of her job as well. I'm not sure if it's so much of a prank to just like pay her to do her job, I suppose. But also, it depends on the context. You know, maybe he didn't wipe for a week, and then he goes and does this. I suppose it can be painful. You can add one more chess piece to the board. How does it move, and what is it called? The bureaucrat. It can move to any unoccupied position on the board, but cannot capture pieces. It's just there to get in the way and slow things down. Now let's see Paul Allen's chess piece. How do I politely tell my girlfriend she's low-key getting fat? Buy her a dress that is too small for her, but tell her you remembered her size from when you met her. I messed up and sent this to my girl because I thought she would think it's funny, and now I'm in some hot-ass water. You know, in a healthy relationship, she would just game you the same kind of poo back. You know, when you've been going to the gym for 6 months to bulk up and she tells you like, aw, you're not as buff as the other gym bros. I like it. You know, too buff is ugly. I like my skinny boyfriend. You know, something like that. You know, something that is sort of like a compliment, but it stings deep. It stings real deep. I once photoshopped Waldo out of a Where's Waldo pic and sent it to my friends. Some men just want to watch the world burn. My cocaine. 73k loss over 5 years. Feels like a nightmare I can't wake up from. Ooh, it's a little bit of investing. If you just put it in the S&P 500 and went to sleep, you would have 171k. So please consider that you actually lost 171k, not just 73k. Wait, isn't it actually more? Because they lost 73, so that's in the minus, and 171 would be in the plus, so isn't it like 200 something? I don't know. Anyway, it's bad. Index is good. Most investors don't beat index, okay? That's a good lesson for like most people. And a lot of people in the subreddits, it's like borderline gambling and pump and dumps. It's not good. 99% lose money. I was standing in the line at McDonald's yesterday, and just as I got to the counter, my boyfriend kissed me and then loudly said, "Oh, you're the best sister ever," and walked away. And the girl in McDonald's looked at me in disgust, and I have never wanted to die so much in my life. I got together with Satan. I always wondered what these things on the toilet were, so I made a bunch of stickers and put them on toilets so others can know too. Toilet cameras are for research purposes only. Tampering with a toilet camera is punishable by up to 90 days in jail or $5,000 fine. This is how they get the statistics for like average PP sizes. They just put cameras in the toilets. Yes, indeed. Ethical data collection.
You must choose, Mr. Bond. Get your nails clipped or perish in the river below. What will it be, Mr. Bond?
He understands. He just brought his paw up and be like, okay, you got me. Can we implement this in the next James Bond movie where it's just, yes, Mr. Bond, you have to get yassified nails or get dumped in the Piranha River. It's up to you, Bond. Perish or fabify. Fabify. I like that. I need to use that word more often in my day-to-day vernacular. When and if I have a daughter and she gets to that birchy age and says, I wish you weren't my dad, I hate you, blah, 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 I'm going to have an extra set of all pictures in the house without me in them. And that night, I'm going to swap all the pictures of me. I'll make sure to not meet any of her friends or teachers or whatever, and tell my wife to act like I never existed in the first place and disappear for 1 week. There will be no proof of me existing. After 1 week, I'll come back, swap out all the pictures again, and just act like nothing happened. Well, damn, Satan. Satan? You mean genius? As you come back and find out that everyone is fine without you, his daughter walks down the stairs, locks eyes with her dad. The dad is trying to hold his laughter, but then notices the subtle look of disappointment in her eyes while letting out a sigh. The family then has a silent breakfast together, and the moment he opens his mouth to try and diffuse the awkwardness, he hears a silent mumble of, I knew it was too good to be true. Is the moral of the story that teenagers were sateen all along? That might be the moral of the story. Warning, Satan inside. Yes, there is a chihuahua in this car. No, he doesn't want you to save him. He has a heating pad, water, his toys, and the demons which possess him to keep him company. If you try to save him, he will bite so hard, your great-grandchildren will feel it. His evil will keep him warm. You have been warned. You can see how evil he is. Look at that little demonic stare. Chihuahuas are like condensed evil. You know, it's like squeeze it together. Graffiti removal guy comes back to discover image of himself. Honestly, if I worked as a graffiti removal guy, I would not remove this one. I like that. I'm like locally famous now. I'm the micro-influencer graffiti removal guy. Sometimes I text my wife the motivational quotes from her tampons when she has her period to try to cheer up. They're motivational messages on tampons. Live fearlessly. Oh god. Walk like a champion. Okay, like I sort of get it, but isn't this kind of cringe? Be unstoppable. Yeah, but I get it, but yeah. Live fearlessly. I swear to God, go f*** yourself. Yes, indeed. That moment you want to inspire your loved ones, and you just put a little tampon wrapper in like a fortune cookie. Oh, yes, indeed. For about 15 years, I have carried one of these to silence annoying TVs in different places. Most TVs have a headphone jack, so plug it in and the volume stops playing out of the speakers. This is genius. Oh my god, there's like half-broken bullshit TVs in waiting rooms. I donate one to one annoying TV every 3 months. I know it might drive the establishment's manager insane trying to figure out what happened to the volume, but blaring The View in waiting rooms should be illegal. I mean, this isn't even Satan, this is just doing a public service. My uncle, with 3 felonies, been pretty sad lately, so I remodeled his room so he can feel at home again. Oh, that is so beautiful, yes. This is totally something I would expect to set up in a zombie apocalypse, you know? Struggle sleeping because you're scared a little zombie will come in and bite you in the necky-wecky. Ooh-woo, just set up this thing. It's absolutely beautiful. This is zombie apocalypse vibe. I love Project Zomboid. I'm playing with my friends. I lost both my hands because I was bitten, and I had to amputate both my hands and replace them with prosthetics. So my character only has prosthetic limbs. It's pretty badass, honestly. POV, you're in a 5+ year relationship. Uh-oh.
Oh! Yeah!
Okay, can we just pause for a sec? I love how the automatic subtitles translated the fart to, oh yeah!
Why would you do that, bro? Bro, read my face?
The payback is going to be so bad.
Stop, that's not even funny. Bro, oh my god, it smells like cheese in here now, bro.
Stop being so dramatic.
Oh my god! You know when you show up to a first date and you're a bit nervous, you chose your best fit and it's like, oh my god, do I smell a bit sweaty? I need to put on extra perfume or whatever. And this is 5 years in. You just fart at each other when least expecting it. That's how you know it's real love. I speedrun that shit. I just fart on people on a first date. Ooh, this chessboard. wow, that's so fun. I love whoever made this. What a delight. I remember in that book, and there's this thing about reading for recording. There was this one phrase, just 3 words. It's ridiculous. 3 words and I couldn't say it. And the 3 words were, Harry pocketed it. See, I still can't say it. I can say Harry, I can say pocketed, and I can say it. Everyone started laughing, and I said, can I come back to Harry pocketed it? At lunchtime, I phoned up J.K. Rowling and said, look, do you mind? I can't say Harry pocketed it. Would it be okay if I said Harry put it in his pocket? She was a bit pawsy, and then she said, no. I could just hear the smile in her voice when she said it. So I managed to get it out, but this is the mark of that woman. The phrase, Harry pocketed it, appeared in every subsequent book. I love Stephen Fry. Stephen Fry is such a national treasure, man. Bring this to a friend's house who doesn't own a cat, then stick it under the door when they go to the bathroom. Oh, it's like a haunted house with kitties. That would be such a good attraction. Like haunted house with kitties and all the ghosts are just cats. Oh my god, that's such a good attraction. I need to start like a theme park. My neighbor is a tweaker, and I am an asshole. This is entertainment at its finest, lol. Oh, yes, you should add binoculars to it. Add binoculars. And now, a bit of a palate cleanser. If you put garlic on a frog, it turns into a Bulbasaur. Look at this little Bulbasaur. That is so cute. Oh my god, I feel so happy. Back to the cursed shit. My daughter, when she said she wanted to be a Transformer for Halloween. What did you do? It's like a f***ing off-brand Sputnik. It's the last time she ever asks you for help with her costume. Holy shit. In the 1980s, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone were intense rivals. Schwarzenegger once fooled Stallone into stirring in "Stop, or my mom will shoot" by pretending he desperately wanted the part. Stallone rushed to take it, only to realize too late that the movie was a total disaster. Is this true? That is so funny. When I found out that he cheated on me, instead of breaking up with him, I made a fake account, sent him the proofs, and told him that if he didn't send me money, I would send everything to his girlfriend. Oh, so you got the money and then also broke up? Hell yes, slay.
And if you guys just want to look at each other in the eyes really quick.
Oh, it's a wedding.
Yeah.
Oh.
And just know that the person you're looking at right now is statistically most likely to murder you.
And they say romance is dead. Oh, yes, indeed. You think he's a little bit of a lady killer, isn't he? I mean, it makes sense if you think about it. It also makes sense when it comes to, like, stalkers or poopy people or whatever in general. Because the people who are most likely to be unhealthily emotionally invested in you or your life are people that are typically around you. You know, so it makes perfect sense. I just found out that you can overnight ship camel spiders to people's houses for only like $6,200. So if you've done me wrong recently, you have exactly 24 hours to apologize. Okay, little bit of a arachnophobia warning, timestamps on the screen, so you can skip it if you want. But here's your little spooder. But maybe you like it. Maybe I will do you wrong, so I get free pets. And now, the spider is over. Now we proceed. Woo. Exchange I am currently having with my landlord. Don't worry about rent this month. Holy shit, thank you. I could really use that $1,400 to catch up on other bills. No, you still owe rent. I just meant, don't worry about it so much. You're always acting so stressed. r/thanks I'm cured. My wife is German, so I correct her English pronunciation occasionally. She used to pronounce laundry as laundry, but after some time with me gently and lovingly correcting her, she started pronouncing it right. Then one day I just started correcting her pronunciation back to laundry, and she just went along with it. Well, this was when I found Satan. She mentioned she needed to go to the gynecologist, and I quickly corrected it to gynecologist. She nodded and internalized that. It's not a word you say often or really think about much. But I noticed over the next few months she pronounced it gynecologist. That's when I went for broke. Bro, my grandma down in Switzerland used to do exactly this with like pronunciation or grammar, and she would always giggle like a little schoolgirl afterwards. That's when I went for broke. Next time she went to say gynecologist, I quickly corrected her to vaginacologist. She was flustered getting out of the house that morning and just nodded quickly and repeated vaginacologist. I reckon we had about a year of her believing a gynecologist was called a vaginacologist. Oh, this is like a gradual thing. That's very well planned. She didn't say it much, obviously, maybe once or twice, but it was there. That was set in her mind. Then one day, I get this call from her. She was out with her friends having a few drinks. There was just this gasping and laughing. I could hear her friends in the background shrieking with laughter. Finally, my wife just shouts, "Vaginacologist, you fucking asshole!" And that was the end of my game. That is so funny. I fully expect her to return the favor if you start learning German. That is absolutely amazing. Stuff like this is so funny. How to kill an introvert. Starve him to death by putting a stranger in his kitchen. Fuck you! This 199 laser pointer points out mosquitoes without harming them. What's the point? How much for the one that harms them? Exactly. What's the point? Oh, this mosquito machine. It, like, ethically points them out. Okay, what am I gonna do with them ethically? I'm still gonna smack the shit out of them. What's the point of this? It's completely useless. Like those stupid fridges that text you when the door is open. Close the damn door yourself, fridge. I mean, the old-fashioned fridges just have a little beep alarm when like, the temperature is rising too much. You know, that's the... Isn't that just enough? You know? Oh, it's Kit Boga. I love Kit Boga.
No! You don't have to do that!
So for context, he messes with scammers with like a voice changer and stuff and streams it.
Why did you redeem it? Why did you do it? Man, why did you do this? Hello? Hello?
Hey, Abel?
Hello? You
I think
did
there's
not
something-
have to redeem this! You did not have to redeem this, man! You did not have to redeem this! Why did you do it?
I think the phone...
Why did you do it? No! No! You did not have to redeem
Oh my
this!
God.
Why did you do this? Why did you do this? This is added to you! Now you see what you did!
Wait,
Do you see what you
Sorry.
did?
Hey,
Did you see what
Abel,
you did?
calm down.
Do you see
What's
what you
going
did?
on?
Do you see? Do you see? Do you see what you did? Do you see what you did?
And if I know Kit Boga, he's been baiting this scammer for like 2 days straight. And they finally get to the point where the scamming is gonna happen and instead he redeems the money himself. That is so absolutely gorgeous. Hell yes, I love this. Scammers, absolute scum of the earth. More people need to be like Kit Boga. I always got very afraid when it was the same letter 4 times in a row. When I was 4 or 5, my mom was a professor at college and she used to hand me the Scantron sheet. Scantron? It's Scantron, right? I don't know, man. Before she wrote the exam and let me color whatever letter bubble I wanted for each answer. If I colored 2 by accident, she made an all of the above option. One time she gave it to me and I colored the A bubble for each of the 130 questions except for the second last one. And she just went with it. Later on, she told me that it was the most entertaining exam she had ever watched her students take. Oh my god, you were the child of Satan. Remember to spread a little joy, even if it will be fleeting. Bitcoins. Haha, yes indeed. And then someone is gonna sweat for 3 hours trying to get this old disk to work. And just like that, I never had to cook for a family function ever again. Look at those. Are those like rat dumplings? I think those are rat dumplings. Honestly, this would be like really good for Halloween. Or whatever. But I can see why it's not the most appetizing presentation. Are they dumplings? Ratlings? Or like ratoli? Dump rats. So you know how like USB ports are always like the wrong way, whichever way you try to put it in the first time, you know? And then there's like this. USB. That's why. Swear to fucking God. They know what they're doing. In 1994, Los Angeles police arrested a man for dressing like the Grim Reaper, complete with a scythe, who was standing in front of old people's homes, staring inside. Oh my god, this is like that whole thing when people dress up as Gandalf at campus and be like, "You shall not pass," but it's like, it's way more dark. Kidnapping a junkie off the streets, then forcing him to play Skyrim for 72 hours straight, and when we do let him sleep, it's only for 4 hours until we waking up by blasting the Skyrim theme music after injecting him with heroin, and telling him he's in the Skyrim universe over and over until one day he falls asleep, and we drop him in rural Scandinavia with a sword. Ah, the true Dragonborn is here. Thank God. Wi-Fi gratis. Oh my god, gratis Wi-Fi. Huppity-duppity, gonna get the gratis Wi-Fi. Yes, it's not gratis Wi-Fi. Frick you, bro. Okay, maybe I'm just overly privileged because Sweden has always had pretty good, like, internet standards overall. But I don't think I have really bothered with Wi-Fi, especially on my phone, for like 5 years. I don't know, maybe it's just me. If I have a laptop, that's a different deal. But like on my phone, meh? Mildred is a legend. Now hiring closer supply inside. I'm going to steal the sea, a looser supply inside. That's funny. My grandson works at this location. Please remove the C from the sign. Mildred is a little savage. Mom secretly buys a puppy and gives it to her son in the middle of the night. When he falls back asleep, take it away and tell him it was a dream. 156,000 likes on this comment.
Oh my god.
Hey, little guy. Wait up, I'm gonna take photos. Oh, wait, no. I mean, he could have stolen the camera. He could have stolen the camera and made a profit. This is only sadistic. You need to be sadistic and capitalist. Stupid monkey. Cut my nephew's hair, and he told me he wanted it like my next-door neighbor's who's bald on top, and got a little bit of hair on sides. So being the great uncle that I am, I gave the kid what he wanted. Oh, that's beautiful. This is how you look 10 and 50 at the same time. That would be a great subreddit, 10 or 50. I have 22 petabytes of storage. How much did it cost you? And what do you have? That's 15 petabytes! One picture of your mother? Man, this must be an ancient picture. It's like Yo Mama jokes from like 2010 or something. I mean, the image is deep fried, so it's definitely been reposted, like probably all across 10 years. The cropping is also ass. So this is definitely like a 10-year-old picture that's been reposted probably 100 times. 4 generations, Australia's Aboriginal people told stories about birds starting fires to hunt. For a long time, it was thought to just be a myth, up until now. Science has confirmed that at least 3 species of Australian birds of prey, the Milan tag, the whistling hawk, and the grey hawk, have surprising behavior. They carry lit branches on their beaks or claws and drop them into dry areas to spark new fires. Oh my god, I mean, some birds are ridiculously smart, but they will literally start forest fires just to, like, pull little rats and stuff out of the grass, I guess, to catch them more easily. Man, they do be little satans, don't they? I kinda love them. Where's your god now? Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet? Just wait until I repurpose that little roll of carton into like a sharp triangle and you just scrape your ass clean. You're welcome. Please do not poop in the rocks. We can't believe we had to make this sign. I mean, I can believe you had to make that sign. I wonder how many people has tried to, like, for example, poop into a volcano. I'll be intrigued to know that number, and also how many made it out alive. I am tempted to try this. Spice up the race by handing out random cups of vodka. Why not serve water spiked with laxatives? None of us are going to heaven, are we? My parents and I were watching The Hobbit, but then they both fell asleep, so I stopped the movie and started Return of the King about halfway through. And when my dad woke up, he just looked at me with this horrified expression and whispered, "What day is it?" When you take a nap and accidentally fall asleep for 70 hours, I can totally relate to this. Always set a timer when you go for naps, okay? 20 minutes is good because then you don't have time to enter deep sleep and you're not as messed up after the nap, okay? Set a timer, for God's sake. When your brother doesn't let you play with his gaming console, so you replace his blanket with a square one and he can't find the longer side. I don't like to feel good, I like to feel evil. Sometimes, when my girl makes me mad, I upload pictures with her forehead edited to be slightly bigger. This is so good! This is amazing! Oh my god, I make it slightly bigger every time as well. Oh my god, yes. As a big foreheaded person, I approve of this message. That was a beautiful video. I feel better now. Do you feel better now? I hope you feel better now. Thank you so much for watching this video, you beautiful rascal. I do hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed having you. Have a great rest of your day because you do deserve it, and I will see you in the very near future. Take care. Mwah.